We're here.
Welcome to Black Market Live, people. This is the show where we hang out in our recording studios, make reggae music together, and talk about mainly stupid things.
Absolutely.
I am Brandon, Wise Owl, Nate, Black Market, and yeah, man, what are we doing today?
Today, we're learning about how when you turn 32, after you see one concert and have like 2 drinks, you're permanently hungover for the rest of the week, and it's just how it is now. It's just like that's my life now. I do one thing that I used to be able to do. I feel like such a fucking old man when I talk like this, but it's so true. I hate it. I hate how true it is for me. Like, God, I used to just go to shows every fucking night. I used to like halfway live at bars. And now it's like, dude, if I'm home by midnight, but I was like at a show and I was standing the whole time and like had like, 3 drinks, it's like, fuck, I'm like done. I'm over for like the week. But that being said, I did ruin my sleep schedule and my week this week to see an amazing punk band from Australia that I was so fucking stoked to see. They're this band called Amel and the Sniffers. And they're this punk band. They're this punk band from Australia, and they've got this awesome chick singer, and she's like she's got to be like 5'4", but she is just like the most hardcore, like just like throwing elbows like the whole set. Like it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. It was like the whole crowd was moshing. The whole crowd was what's up, Smoke and Mirrors is here.
Got a little meeting with a lighting rep this morning, but I'll be lurking. All right.
So yeah, we're seeing this show, and like the whole crowd is moshing. The whole crowd is fucking. There's people jumping on stage to stage dive. Like fucking. There's people crowd surfing. Like I was like, this is like the rock and roll shit you hear about, in like the movies. Like this doesn't really happen anymore. Like at rock shows, Like they don't even allow it. They don't like security doesn't even like let you do that shit. And yeah, here we were, and there was just like people crowd surfing all over the place. It was just like a fucking bonanza. It was so fun. And the band, it was like they were, I guess, imagine it was like Susie and the Banshees, Sex Pistols, Ramones. Like it was like pure like 70s punk. It had kind of the aggression of like the more like hardcore stuff from the 80s, but like it was like pure like 1978 like UK punk. It was so fucking sick. I was so excited because I love that shit. That's like one of my favorite genres of music, but it doesn't really like exist anymore. Like
it's definitely like one of those things where it's like I wish I could go back and live in that place and time.
Totally.
When I listen to that music.
Totally. Yeah. And my girlfriend Sari got me into this band, and I just like at one point she bought me a ticket. She didn't even tell me. She was like, "We're going to see Amel and the Sniffers tonight." I was like, "Woo, fuck yeah!" And so we get there, and I just like at one point in the set just like looked over at her, and I was like, "This is one of the best shows I've ever seen. Like this is so much fun."
Nice.
But yeah, they were great, and they had a local Nashville band called Snooper open for them, and they were like really fucking good too. Like really good. Yeah, super punk, like hardcore punk. They were kind of more like 80s hardcore sounding, but like also had some kind of, I don't want to say like math rockiness influence. I wouldn't call it that, but it was like really fast, really syncopated, like really interesting guitar playing going on. Like it wasn't just like your typical like power chord shit, even though there was a lot of that. But they were amazing. Snooper. Actually, when you were in town, remember when we were at Duke's that night and we saw the server at Duke's with the mullet?
Yes.
That was their guitar player.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
But yeah, So
Sidewalk Andy says, "Don't worry, Nate. It only gets worse.
yes,
So
exactly.
live it up."
It's like that. It's like that Simpsons meme where Homer or Bart goes like, "This is the worst day of my life," and Homer goes, "No, son, this is the best day of the rest of your life."
Oh my god, I don't remember that line.
It's really
Pretty
good.
funny.
So yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Talking about how much of like a throwback vibe it was. I had that same thought when I saw your videos of it that you put on Instagram
yep,
from the show.
Yep.
Like just the vibe in that room,
yes,
like what the crowd was doing. It looked. I had that thought. I'm like, dude, I haven't seen a show look like this since like 2001 or something.
that's what I said too. I was like, I swear, I told my girlfriend, I was like, Sari, I haven't been to a show like this since I was in high school. Like that was the
Yeah.
last, and like when you would go to shows like that, it wasn't at like
Yeah.
a venue. It'd be like in a basement or something, or like some fucking like a non-traditional type venue, or like it was like a sandwich shop.
The Masonic Temple in the
Yeah,
Atascadero.
exactly. Yes, great example actually. That I saw tons of great like punk shows there.
Yeah. Just this old brick building that
It's just like a room
for some reason
used for
the adults of the town, for some reason they let the kids use it
yeah, yeah.
for hardcore music shows and let everybody go insane and mosh.
Yeah, and this show was at the Brooklyn Bowl, which is like a big venue in Nashville. Like it's like there's huge bands play there all the time, and they sold the place out. And it was fucking fun, man. So yeah, Amel and the
Yeah.
Sniffers. If you guys aren't hip to them yet, maybe you are. I'm slow on this kind of stuff now, but
I've never heard them before.
goddamn, they're so good. Amazing front woman, just absolutely one of my favorite front women I've ever seen. Like hands down, it was so great.
Nice.
But yeah, so today on the show, I figured, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was about to call in the towel. I was gonna throw in the towel today. I was pretty
Hello,
tired.
towel?
Yep.
Hey,
Call.
hey,
Hey, Tal,
Tal,
you're,
is that
you're
you?
gonna have to do the show today. What?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
More 2001 jokes.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. But we did. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're doing the show. So we have a couple things we want to do today. I don't know how like vocal we've been about it on the show, really, but I have always wanted to release 2 Halloween EPs in the same month. That is like a major black market like goal. And I've tried to do it so many years and I've never ever been able to pull it off. It's like way too much work. And so yesterday I started work on the first song. So we're going to do Dawn of the Dread, and we're also going to do Night of the Living Dread. So today we're going to start work on the first song that will be part of Night of the Living Dread. So these will be companion albums, companion EPs to each other that we're going to try to put one out at the beginning of October and then the second one out like on Halloween, I think is the plan. So we're going to give ourselves max amount of time.
As close to Halloween as we can.
Yeah.
Even just to give ourselves elbow room to actually produce it.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Because I'm going to also want to, like, I bet the videos will probably drop in November, but, like, the EP itself, I want to drop, like, on Halloween if we can pull it off.
Okay.
But, yeah, so I started work on the first track for it yesterday. Me and Brandon checked it out a little bit before the show, and we were both digging it. It seems like it'll work as something. And then also, if we have time and if we are able to get to it, we really wanted to get Brandon to do some crazy scientist Riz the World's style vocal ad libs on the stuff we've already recorded, the last 4 songs. So we might get to that today. We'll see. I think that would be fun if we could.
Do you think we'll get a copyright strike on the video if we like play a sample of the reference of what we're talking about?
Like of Dawn of the Dead itself?
No, of
Oh, of like
uh,
scientist.
of the guy yelling in the beginnings of the songs on the Scientist record that we're emulating.
It's possible if we don't play too much of it. If we play like just like 4 or 5 seconds of it tops, like
Okay.
I bet we could probably
Yeah.
get away with it.
I think, I mean, if you watch this show, you're probably familiar with what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
yeah, like the arguably the greatest dub record ever made. Scientist rids the world of the evil curse of the vampires.
Yes.
We'll probably
Say it.
talk about that album more than any other album on this show.
Yeah.
A lot of the songs start with somebody yelling in a like horror movie voice.
Very cheeseball horror voice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's hard to describe. I can't tell what character he's trying to play or who he's trying to be. It's not like Boris Karloff. Like
No.
my first thought was like it's like a Jamaican dude trying to be Boris Karloff, but it's
But
not.
it's
He's
not.
screaming.
Yeah.
He's screaming. Like
He's. I don't know if he's.
this is the curse of the mummy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there's just a bunch of reverb and delay on it.
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what he's referencing. But also, like, look at the cover.
Maybe
The
it's an
cover is
original
not really
thing.
referencing anything. It looks like a Scooby-Doo
Yeah.
episode or something.
Yeah, maybe it's a totally original idea.
Yeah,
but
which is fine.
that's what we thought. Emulating that would fit really well with the Dawn
Yeah.
of the Dread songs that we made. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
And
do it.
I'm probably still going to add in some samples from the movie, but I have a lot of dub albums that reference movies, right? And like I've got Raiders of the Lost dub, and the artwork is just straight up like Indiana Jones. It just looks like
You
Indiana
do?
Jones. Yeah.
Is that on your Bandcamp? I don't even.
No. Like that's a dub album from the 80s.
Oh, I thought you made that.
No. No.
Okay.
That would be funny if I made an album I thought everyone loved and it was like hidden somehow.
and you like forgot to click
Yeah.
publish. Yeah, don't you
Fuck
remember?
it. Never mind, everybody. We're putting out a new album today. No, so,
Okay, so
it's a dub album I discovered. It's got like Sly and Robbie on it and shit. And,
Okay.
you know, they like sing little ad libs about Raiders of the Lost Ark. But there's no musical references, and they certainly don't sample the movie. So I don't know. I'm gonna rely less on like the source material for this EP, and I want it to be as original as possible, which I think would be cool for once. And you know, and I feel okay about that because there's like precedent for it. That's like what dub albums would do, you know, historically. If there was a Dawn of the Dread type album that came out back in the day, you know, like there's one called like Star Wars. And
It's just
like,
called Star Wars.
yeah, and it's like not Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
it is
just
whatever the fuck it is, but
is to make money off of
yeah,
the fact
exactly.
that Star Wars was popular,
Exactly.
and that's all.
So, I mean, we're going to tie it in a little more than that, but I'm happy with it being like more or less like an original musical statement with this overarching kind of spooky zombie theme. I think
Okay.
that's fine.
We'll probably need some. So I'll need a phrase that I'm yelling.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
do you want it to like come from the movie somehow, be based in something from the movie?
I think
Oh,
so.
you look like you have an idea.
I think so. Let's. What I want to do is, well, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this right now, or do you want to work on the song first? What do you feel like?
I think I need to, drink a little bit more coffee, wake
Okay.
up a little bit more.
Gotcha. No worries.
I'm on day 2 of my multi-day hangover.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sidewalk Andy does make a good point that we are the youngest versions of ourselves that we will ever be.
Yeah,
only
that's true.
gonna-
It's only going to
be
get
worse.
worse.
But for real, I remember when I was in my, so like before hangovers started to matter, I always thought that like it starts that process of hangovers taking you out significantly and not being able to go out without being dead for a week. I always thought that the onset of that was like, I don't know, my 40s.
Yeah,
It'd be like
same.
45 when that happens.
Same.
But it was like 26.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. It definitely like the alarm bells started going off when I was like 28. I want to say that was when I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
This is this is happening now? Like, fuck this.
Yeah.
So okay, I just looked up some Dawn of the Dead quotes because there's a lot of good ones. Whether or not we just have you yell a bunch of spooky quotes, we may or may not do that. We might come up with our own, but there's one I think you have to do.
Okay.
And it's when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. I think that should probably open the album.
There's no more room in hell. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Warm up a little bit.
No worries.
When there's...
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's switch over to our Ableton session. And let's check out some of this new stuff we got together here today.
New stuff.
Oh, yeah. So this is super bare bones. We have to add skank. Maybe
Bare bones.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a stick. I don't know. But if I do a stick, I don't want to do... There's a really particular kind of stick style on those Scientist records that sound like super like flangery, if that makes sense. Whoops, this is all incorrectly sized. There we go. And I would like to emulate that, but I've never been able to figure out like what the fuck he's doing to get that sound. What's up?
Papa Jocko. Greetings.
The
How's
Lost
the Lost
Boys.
Boys doing?
Yeah.
They were nice and lost, bro.
Yeah. That's a good movie too. All right.
Never seen it.
Oh, it's so good. You should watch it like right away. We should watch it on the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna log off right now and watch it. I thought that was like a joke rim shot when you first played it. Yeah.
I've got like a wild phaser going on the whatever the fuck that stupid perk thing is called. Scraper.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah, that's a nice texture.
Yeah. So what are we feeling instrumentation wise? What should we do with this? Obviously, I'll do some guitar real quick.
I think there should be a skank that consists of guitar and piano and maybe like a more like mid-rangey like Farfisa type organ. That type of thing.
I like that.
That you just only bring in just like for little steps.
Yeah, totally.
Just maybe like 3 times in the entire song.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's something that is almost not present in the song, but when it comes in, it's very busy and very...
Right,
you know?
right. I like that.
And
I like that a lot.
Not the usual subtle, glassy, round organ sounds that we normally do.
I like that. I like that idea. Okay. I wanted to use this guitar today, but it's got a real fucked up input jack, so it sounds really bad when I plug it in.
That might be good for this song, for it to sound really bad.
Not bad, not cool bad. Like
bad.
Like broken bad.
That's a bummer.
So I might not do that. Or if I do use it, I'll use it on. I'll record it in my own time when I can deal with how annoying it sounds without the internet present. So yeah, the other thing is this song's really long. It's like 5 minutes because all I did is I just dropped in the full drum performance.
Okay.
So another thing I'm thinking is maybe we shorten it a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm cool with it being 4 minutes is like my length. I'm fine with that.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, a dub that is primarily bass and drums is usually not longer than 3.5 minutes or so.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So I kind of want to keep this thing as the outro. So I'm going to mark that there. But let's take out... I'm trying to see when I do that. Yes, exactly. When do I do that again? Before. Okay, here we go.
Horseman is such a bad drummer.
Yes, he is. Okay, I do it at 3 minutes. So how about we...
That's not bad.
Yeah. Let's do it right there. That seems like a great spot.
Start the fade out right there.
What I'm going to do is just kind of...
Oh, you're going to...
Just kind of artificially snip it, yeah.
I see. Give it the old snipperoo.
Even if it's kind of like at an odd place in the music to do that, I'm kind of, it's whatever. I'm fine with it. I don't care. Unless it's like unless it's really odd, let's see.
Good philosophy.
So we're going from 59 to 72. Let's see. 59 and 72. It's 13. So let's get rid of one more bar. We'll play it by ear. If we have to change it again, we will. So yeah, that's the other thing is I wanted to do like kind of a weird intro-y type motif that like could repeat, but is different and sounds very different from the main riff of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check it out. I'm kind of imagining like an organ. We could do your farfisa thing right there to kind of hold those out with the bass. I think it's just it's like chromatic. I think
Is
it's
it
like
B flat.
I think
Or
it's
it
like
says
F.
F.
Yeah. It's just F G D C. Super simple. Yep. And then it's C to B flat is
C
like
to
the main riff.
All right, let me see what I got in terms of a farf.
Yeah, I'll do. How about this? I'll do the guitars, and then I'll send it over to you, and
Okay.
you can do some keys. And if you feel like if you want to do the bass again, you could do the bass again.
Okay. I'm loving the bass performance. The only aspect of it the only aspect of the way that the bass sounds that makes me want to replace it is just like the sounds of the frets that are in there.
Yeah, sure.
There's a couple slidey moments where you can hear the fretboard and stuff like that.
Yep.
It takes it in a different stylistic direction, but other than just that aspect of the tone, the performance is perfect, I think.
I'm totally fine with you replacing it because I feel like this is going to be kind of a bass forward thing. So the best bass foot forward we can put would be for the benefit of the tune. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
again,
fantastic.
Brandon is the bass czar, so he gets final call on bass. If he likes the bass, then we're gonna keep the bass.
Czar.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I dig. All right. And then the intro. I haven't even worked out how to play this intro on guitar yet. I don't know if I should play chords with it. And should I make the chords like kind of more diatonic, or should I get it real ugly? I mean, that sounds better, undeniably.
It does. Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever the aggravators would play, you know? Yeah, I think the diatonic way is probably better. I could play it.
Yeah.
And I could do that, like thirds and fifths with the organ.
That's a good idea, yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking of it. It's got to be like a really big, showy, flashy moment to kind of break your attention from the monotony of just the straight, regular groove.
Okay.
I'm going to do a pass on the skank real quick, but feel free to keep working out ideas and stuff if you've...
And pretend to... We got to pretend like we're like putting little embellishments behind a singer, you know?
Sure.
Because like a big part of this vibe is... This is the backing track for a vocal song where the vocals are gone. But you perform it different when you're performing an instrumental.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and also the other thing too is hold up. What am I?
Like there's fills and embellishment that are responses to a call that is not there.
Right. Yeah, and the other thing too is I want to do a lot with a little. So like the last round of songs was like pretty maximalist for the most part.
Yeah, we put a lot into those.
And this one I want to be like very much like just sound like a 70s reggae band, 60s reggae band even, if we can get there. Which is kind of why I wanted to use this other guitar, but...
It's like rhythm section only.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Buddy. Lay down, bud. Elton's hanging out with us today.
What's up, Elton?
What's up, Elton? All right, you'll see him probably ruin this guitar take, so.
Cool. make sure that your guitar is in sync on the stream.
Is it good?
And it is.
Good.
Yeah, this is groovy as hell, man. Could listen to this all day. Nice.
are.
Felt like that's
time.
where it was going.
Yeah, I mean, we could put it there. Where does it come next?
The drummer's like setting it up, saying, "Here we go," and nope.
They set it up nicely again later. They.
Tommy AU.
What's up, dog?
What's up? Evening, happy people. Good evening, Tommy. Tomas. Yeah, man. This is Nate at his relaxed best right here.
2 chords.
Yeah, we just gave you, I don't know, man. I mean, sometimes I guess maybe you perform better when you're all hungover and out of it. And, you know,
I think knowing that
you could take it or leave it, have no expectation of actually playing something good.
Yeah.
Just the best shit comes out, you know.
Also, just knowing that this isn't all out of sync for once.
Yeah, right, okay. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
The back of your mind.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, then that's the out right there. Do you think I should do these big chords, or should I skank right there with those?
I think this is fine.
Okay, cool. I kind of think so too.
Because probably the piano will keep banging. Mainly because I'm just not good at playing these types of held out chords on a piano. That's the main reason. Oh.
We decided to play the chords in key. We said that before the song. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. Jesus. I'm like totally fucking myself up now. Oh my god. love ending my songs unresolved. Almost every song is like that.
Really?
I have so many songs that just like don't resolve at the very end. Sounds a little weird.
If you remove just the very last
Yeah.
little upstroke. Are you just gonna track it? Oh. Oh. Oh,
Just
okay.
do that. Just get rid of. I fill enough in this song, I'm sure. Okay, should we do a thing again where I do a stick? Well, I'm in my mind. I'm imagining you're gonna replace the bass, but I guess we haven't decided that yet. But should I do a stick right now? You think?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you dub it, you should treat it as part of the skank. Like
What do you mean?
all like guitar skank, piano skank, organ skank, and this stick guitar part all come in and out as a group.
Okay.
When you dub it, I would suggest. There you go.
Yeah. This guitar needs like brain surgery. This is a weird one to do a stick on, but
Uh-oh. Other guitar.
okay. This actually would be a cool guitar to do stick with. I like it.
Well, then do it then.
That's what I'm gonna do, you fuck. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for watching. How's it sounding out in Stream World? Everyone digging it?
One person who says no.
Fine too.
Oh yeah, Groove Stranger's up in here. Groove Stranger says, "Sounds good to me." in his Groove Stranger voice. Whoa. Yeah, this is pretty groovy. Groove Stranger also says,
I hope I don't sound like that. Though I would like reverb.
sorry. No, I'm just teasing you, man. That's not what Groove Stranger says. But Groove, when you're a guest on the show, when your voice is featured on the show, we will have wall-to-wall reverb on your voice. Just because. Jocko says it's got a Wacky's studio vibe to it. What is that? Not familiar with Wacky's studio. I'm Googling that right now. Wacky's studio. Oh shit. American independent record label, specialized in reggae and dub. Founded in '76, possibly the longest running American recording studio for reggae. How do I not know about this? Oh, East Coast. Sidewalk Andy says this is Toy Your Toy. Tommy AU watched hours of you jamming. No idea what your names are. Well, the Tiger Tight guy playing guitar is Nathaniel Nate Black Market Bridges.
That is me.
And I am
That's great, man.
Brandon.
That made me laugh.
Wise Owl. Niznik.
I really like that stick. That was fun, and I like this
dude,
guitar.
that sounds
for it.
fantastic.
Yeah,
But this is-
super 70s.
This is crazy, man. And this is one of the things that we talk about in our upcoming playback episode, which is like,
Let's play that.
reggae is crazy because you can be so deep into it for so long and still be finding out about new music and new people that you have never heard of before.
Yeah.
Papa Jocko mentioned that this has
Wacky's.
a Wacky Studio. Have you ever heard of Wacky Studio
No,
before?
no.
I just Googled it right now. A Jamaican dude moved to New York in '76 and opened a recording studio.
What? That
And
sounds rad.
It's like like the longest running reggae studio in America.
Wow.
And yeah, he like recorded all kinds of badass artists there, and it has like a distinctive sound. So we may be familiar with some of the recordings without even knowing it, or maybe not. Maybe I've never heard it. I
That
don't
is,
know.
yeah,
But
homework. I've got to do some homework on that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
man.
That sounds really cool. But
Jocko
yeah,
dropping the knowledge.
Tommy AU, thanks for spending all those hours watching us jam. We're Nate and Brandon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so this is a good sound, man. This is coming together.
I like it. That's if I really wanted to make my life easy, that's all I would have to do.
Done.
Just
Song
dub
is done.
the 2 mix. No one would be the wiser. It sounds just as good as like everything I do.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Okay. What else? Anything else I should do now before I send it your way? Because you're gonna do keys. We'll let you do piano skank probably and the Farfisa thing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to make this super crazy. That's the thing. Because we could drop in some really nice samples on this, or it might wind up being you yelling. Depends.
Oh yeah, right. This is another horror.
This is another horror thing.
Yeah, this is Night of the Living Dread.
Also, I do really like I've made a lot of like what I would call like horror dub, basically, and almost all of it is like intentionally over the top, like scary sounding. But there's a whole other side of like approaching like spooky reggae music, which is like it's just reggae with like people saying spooky things, but it's still like just like a fun reggae song. Like it doesn't sound spooky at all, and that's like a total like vibe in reggae and dub.
Yes,
that is like a thing.
Totally. Yeah.
So I'm kind of happy to like lean into that for this, especially because the last one we tried to make it like really spooky.
I think with the exception of one of them, right?
Yeah.
Like one of them on purpose, we went some.
We should do the opposite on this. We should do 3 like really lighthearted, happy reggae sounding songs, and one that is like super spooky. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Is there any kind of like iconic music from Night of the Living Dead?
That's the thing about these is Dawn of the Dead has an amazing soundtrack, but it's by this Italian band called Goblin. And Goblin, if you guys haven't heard of Goblin, they are like the band. They worked with Dario Argento. They did the soundtrack for like Suspiria and stuff. So like, but they're like hardcore like Italian prog music. And it's very, very complex. There's very few like musical motifs you can like latch onto to like there is a theme song, but I just kind of elected to. It wasn't like super strong, and it's not very well known, I don't think, compared to a lot of the other like horror movie theme songs. So I kind of just elected to just take this in a different direction, and it's gonna be the same thing with almost even more so with Night of the Living Dead. Like Night of the Living Dead, it's like
There's no recognizable music.
I mean, the score is great, but it's not like some theme song that like everyone sings or hums. You know what I mean?
Word.
So no, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a spiritual sister piece. Is kind of how we'll think of this.
All right. Well, yeah, I think those are 2 good guitar tracks.
All right. Okay, I'm going to. I'll send you the drums and the perk separately. I know you like that.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You know me so well. I'm not big on drums and perk being in the same channel.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay. Dub Saint Anger. Gross.
Wait. Oh, Papa Jack.
This is good. The fuck out of here.
I'm madly in anger with you. I'm madly in anger with you.
Oh man. No.
Jocko, the best thing you could do about that is if you find like high quality acapellas from Saint Anger.
Yeah,
like
we'll have no
real isolated
Yep.
James Hetfield vocals from Saint Anger, and you send them to Nate. Like, just the fact that exists, he won't be able to resist. He'll be like, well, Fuck. We have to use this.
I know,
We have
it's
to do
true.
something with this.
Yeah, it is hard to pass up. Anytime we do find like really good stuff, it's like, well,
Yeah.
fuck, how do we figure out a way to do this?
Yeah. So if it's out there, if it exists,
Which I don't think it does. Don't
Send it
look.
to Nate.
Don't go look, by the way. Just don't look. I don't think it exists. Don't waste your time. I'm thinking about you, not us. I'm thinking about you. I don't want you to waste your time on something dumb. Unlike if we were to make a dub Saint Anger, that's not a waste of time.
That's
it's
our
definitely,
job.
definitely not
wasting
dumb.
Our time doing dumb things.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to.
Yeah,
While this is exporting, I'm curious. I want to hear.
the old stuff.
Yeah, some music that we did for the last EP. I don't
Nice.
remember.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which one is this one?
It's called Song 4
Oh, great.
because you don't like to come up with cool names during production.
I do. I just not this time. I didn't. I couldn't this time. We could do that. Does anybody feel strongly about names?
Oh yeah.
Everyone do
What?
things. Everyone do everything for me, please.
Yeah. What's a name? Because just for my own file management, I do need a name for the song that we're working on today, so I don't
Right.
call it Song 1.
Actually, this one is called NOTLD, Night of the Living Dead. So we'll call it that. Next week it'll be NOTLD2.
Oh my god. Giving me such a rich palette to work with creatively here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so this is definitely horror music sounding. That unlike the other way of doing it that you were talking about.
This is taking a long time. Yeah, this might take a minute. So I think I can do this quicker if I do it differently. But this is good. Let's listen through these other tunes. I like this idea.
Oh, you're still exporting? Or
Yeah,
you're
it's-
gonna
it's-
export
it's-
it a different way.
Yeah, I'm gonna export it a different way because it's taking too long the way I was trying to. do
Oh
it.
shit. Papa Jacko, fuck the vocal snare for me. Yes. So like how that's a good idea actually.
We just use the snare
yeah.
instead of like a
Nor-
timbale.
Because the normal black market way of doing it is to use the original vocals from a song.
Right.
Or an album.
Right.
But in this case,
We'll use samples of the music.
it's just the original snare drum is the thing that is featured. So every single backbeat of the entire EP has the Saint Anger snare on it.
I feel like
Otherwise, it's a completely normal reggae EP, but it just has the kang, kang, kang.
I feel like if you
The entire thing.
it's, in my research for Metallica for that video, you come across all kinds of funny shit for Saint Anger. Like there's stuff out there that's like the Black Album, but all the snares are replaced with the Saint Anger snare.
Yes.
It's like,
yes.
why would you want to listen to that,
Yes.
man? Like, who the fuck wants that?
It's a total meme, and just how much work that joke takes
I know.
to make,
Yeah.
to go in and put that in there. I love it.
Yeah, that's a commitment right there. I wonder. I don't know how you'd get it. You couldn't get it to like trigger automatically, right? I mean, not if you just were working from the 2 mix.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think you could go in and like drop in the sample for every transient. Like
Yeah.
if you make the threshold really high,
Right.
and then those transients are probably poking out enough, but then you would have to go in and remove a shitload of them for every
Totally.
kick drum.
Yep.
You'd have to
Anything
by
it
hand.
picked up.
Yeah, right. So
Dude, this song turned out so good.
beautiful.
I never added hand drums or anything like that. I don't think I'm gonna bother with it. I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. Let's just go backwards. Let's listen to the third one now.
Okay. What's it called? Oh yeah, song 3.
Shut the fuck. I was about to genuinely try to offer my help. I was about to be like, "Well, Brandon,
Well, how are you? How are you? Gonna
if you paid attention to our naming conventions for this album."
Good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a sick EP. I'm really excited for this. Even that spooky door, that's a nice like little juke out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the one with the normal reggae music. Wait, hang on. I gotta change something so that I can get the spring
Yeah,
action
yeah,
up in here.
yeah. Got 7 people watching. That's wild. More than usual.
Woo! 7 people.
7.
7.
7 people here for the worst show in a month.
Yeah.
Just kidding. It's a great show.
This is a great show.
No, but
I'm glad we're here. The only way, this is how I drop the ball on Halloween every year when I want to do a double release. It's because I make one and then I'm like, all right, I'm tired. I'm not going to do it anymore.
I don't want to. Yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say about that. Groove Stranger. Groove Stranger says the show is so good, we're all literally shaking.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, we don't say literally shaking nearly enough.
Yeah, that was supposed to be the new show motto.
Yes, and it still is. We'll get back on the
We were
horse.
supposed to start every show with like, yo, what up, YouTubers, viewers? We're all literally shaking. Are you?
Yeah. What's
All
up,
right.
black marketeers and black marketettes?
Hit the like and subscribe notification bell, fuckface alerts.
We're literally shaking.
Oh man, we make fun, but we're just not good at YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't mean that. I'm not putting those people down. I wish I was more like them. Actually,
Me too.
they're
Oh well.
better than us.
Oh well. All right, stems are ready. Sandy.
Sidewalk Andy, dubbed to technical difficulties. That's a good name for this. That should just be the name of the show.
Technical difficulties.
Dubbed to technical difficulties.
Yep. We haven't had any horrible technical difficulties in a while. I feel like it's been pretty smooth. Once we ironed out this stupid guitar sync issue, that was pretty huge. Now I'll actually record way more on the stream now that I know it doesn't sound like complete garbage. Like it's enough that it's like I have to rely on my playing being good. And then on top of that, if it's out of sync too, it's just like, what the fuck am I doing? What the fuck? All right, I just sent you something.
All right, thanks. Goose Changer says, you guys have your own style. I am glad you are not like every other YouTube channel. Well,
That's good, yeah. Because I
Thank you,
feel like if we tried to do that, it would just suck. Like the show would just suck. Like you guys remember, we were doing the like, hey, let's do segments and let's fucking like the idea for like fucking playing other people's music and stuff all the time. That was from like I saw that like other YouTube shows were doing that, and it seemed like a really good way to just like get viewers, and it kind of worked. And we have a bunch of viewers and fans now from that period
I
of the
enjoyed
show.
doing it. It was fun.
I did too. The funny thing that would happen though is like we would do that. We'd like promote people's stuff, and then we'd get a copyright notice from there, from them. It's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
maybe this segment isn't
Hey,
as bulletproof as I was imagining it.
don't do that. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then Sidewalk Andy. Word to that, Groove Stranger.
Yep.
Word. But yeah, no, maybe we could call one of them technical difficulties because Sidewalk Andy found on the Night of the Living Dead wiki, siblings Barbara and Johnny drive to a cemetery in rural Pennsylvania to visit their father's grave. Their car radio goes off the air due to
That's in the beginning of the
difficulties.
Okay, that's what this song's called. Yeah, that's what the song's called now. Technical difficulties. Yeah, that's like the first thing that happens in the movie. That's like right at the beginning. Good. I like that. We need a research team. I like that.
Well, so far, Andy and Groove and Papa Jocko's full of lots of good info.
Yeah.
You guys are now the research team.
Yeah, exactly. This one's cool. This might be my favorite of the four.
Mm-hmm.
Although that last one was really great too. I like this bass part. It's fun.
Right, the synth bass.
Yeah.
Dope, 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 dope.
Yeah. And the fucking Casio is so good. Nate
Oh,
Bublitz.
yeah,
Morning, fellas. Good morning, Nate. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Bublitz. Bublitz. Oh, that dude. That's good.
Yeah. Could do
put
something
that
like
in
that.
Yeah. All right, opening up these gestems.
Yeah.
As stems are called in Germany.
Spoopy.
Gestem.
Spoopy. Spoopy.
What?
Nate just said spoopy because it's a spooky song.
I love that.
Yeah.
Song is very spoopy sounding.
You know, also what this means is we got to get you to make us another album cover. I think we should maintain you doing the look for both of these. I think is a fun idea.
Okay.
I have also joined the Midjourney collective Hive Mind recently, and it is so fucking fun. I did a thumbnail for last week's show, which I forgot to post on Instagram, which sucks, but oh well, we'll just skip that one. But yeah, I'm gonna try using Midjourney. Oh god, yeah, this one. See, I haven't heard this at all. Like maybe since we did it. This was the first one.
I think so. Yes.
Wild.
This track is called "Literally Shaking." Back from a day when we used to give songs titles while we're working on them. But I guess that era has.
This is so like dark and lo-fi sounding already. Like. Did I come up with this bass part or did you? I'm gonna say it sounds like you playing, but this sounds like a me idea.
Yeah.
I have zero memory of this song even being created.
Yeah, it's weird, man. That'll happen to me sometimes too. Sometimes the most like random black market tracks will come out and like I don't remember playing it. There was one.
It's gonna get crazier and crazier because like we're committing to doing a new song every single week, and like it's gonna be so nuts at a certain point. Like
this one's pretty sweet.
Yeah, this is a good one. This just feels like something I would write, especially like this too. I have no memory though. Chat, do you guys remember watching us come up with this? Who did what?
So I think I do remember this. You wrote the chords?
Okay.
Maybe.
I remember the second song way better because I did the synth bass part.
Right. Or this one. So I do remember that the concept for this one was that the chords are gonna disguise the bass line.
Right.
That when you listen to the bass line like this.
That was like your whole thing about it. Yeah.
That you won't be able to tell if it's major or minor.
Right.
And then, so I think we came up with this bass line first, and then found a way to make the chords major.
Yes.
When the bass line sounded minor and vice versa.
Yes. That's going to be great for that song because I feel like in the dub, it's going to like really be able to hold your attention better. Because there can be whole sections where it's just bass or just skank, and it's like going to sound like two different songs.
Exactly.
Excellent stuff. I love all 4 of those tracks. I'm really, really happy with how all those turned out.
Okay, so this is Night of the Living Dread 1.
Yes.
Bullshit name.
Yeah, it is. Whatever. Fuck you.
Can you hear my cats wrestling?
Yeah.
Through
My dog,
microphone?
like knock on wood, my dog's been asleep in my studio chair this whole show, which is amazing. Oh, and I knocked on wood and it woke him up.
That's funny. Okay, looks like no perk came through,
No perk came through. Okay. I can resend that real quick.
but that's okay. I mean,
Yeah, you're not
I mean, you can if you want. I don't think I'd need it for tracking, but
No, it's okay.
in order for us to hear all
Oh,
the
I see.
majesty of
The
everything.
perk was muted, but the bus wasn't.
Gotcha.
I'll just
Okay.
I'll send it to you. It won't take long.
Let's see. I'm gonna add my spring. Or Gespring, as it's called. German, of course.
I love using first takes of stuff. Like that's the only take of that stick, and it's the only take we need.
Right.
I really like that riff. It's nice. Your cats are going nuts right
They're
now.
going for it. They're having a full-on wrestling session. They're okay. They're playing. It's not serious. Having fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we want a little
You gotta drench that stick too.
drench the stick.
Drench the stick.
Wow. Nate really just said that.
This has a real like I don't know 70s almost like this part almost feels kind of Beatlesy or something. I don't know what I would describe this as.
The stick is drenched.
There you go.
Mhm.
There you go.
Okay, so
Might honestly be better without perk. So okay, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
Do you remember? I don't remember what song it was we were working on, but basically we did. I can't remember which one of us did. I think it was I did this, and it was like a technique I either heard. I think it was a technique I heard on another record, and it was basically like, you do like a bubble part. I'm pretty sure this was a Roger Rivas thing actually that I picked up on from mixing some Smoke and Mirrors.
Roger Rivas, the legendary organ player, keyboard player from the Agrolites.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
So I noticed something. I think this was in something he did. I don't want to attribute it to him if it's not something he did, but I want to say this is where I heard it. It was like a track I was working on that he was playing on, and it was like, he did like a normal bubble take, and sure there were some fills and stuff or whatever, but then he did like, he does like a pass that is like just like accents with like an even like kind of gnarlier version of whatever bubble organ he's using, that would just be for like fills and accents and stuff like that.
So you mean there's a track that is just strict, just that?
Yeah.
And
Or
then
that's
another
the
one with-
or that's the accent sound. And you get kind of I think you could even do kind of a really mellow like organ bubble type sound on this, and that could be kind of cool. And have the Farfisa be like, just do like wild shit only on the Farfisa.
Whoa. That's the noise of this Farfisa emulation.
Wow.
Because the first organ that I was playing, this one, it's actually a Vox organ.
Nice.
This one is the Farfisa. Which I think sounds way better.
I do really like. What, you like the Farfisa better?
I do. You
I
like
think-
the Vox
yeah,
better?
No, I like the Farfisa better too.
Okay.
Okay. I do love the Farfisa idea though. That's great.
Okay. So yeah, let me tell you a bit about my concept for this.
Okay.
I was imagining. So like I said before, I was imagining. So this song, the final version of it, because you always got to imagine these things. I know you do. I'm saying this mainly for the benefit of our 7 people.
Yeah.
I just got to imagine this song in its finished state, which is after it's been dubbed
Right.
by Nate. And so I'm imagining this one is primarily the drums and the bass,
Yep.
and all the rest of the band that we're tracking barely peeks through every once in a while. So like the sound of that from like Scientist Records and stuff that I'm imagining, this organ would be very, very compressed
Yes.
and very like, what am I trying to say? Like the range between the lows and the highs would be very narrow.
Small. Yeah.
So let me try putting some effects on it so that we can actually hear it that way.
Okay. Yeah. Do your idea, and we'll try stuff as we go.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
I'm
if we're not
imagining
loving this,
I'm gonna use your Farfisa. I imagined I would use your Farfisa, and the way I'll use the stick is it'll be like I'll just poke it through every once in a while, as an accent kind of thing.
Okay.
That
See if I
is
can
so
turn
noisy.
down the noise. So noisy. See if I can turn off the noise.
I love that like keyboard emulators and like gear emulators, like they're like, ooh, and also you get all this awful noise bullshit that like people have hated since the inception of this piece of gear.
Guess what, guys?
But then again, actually though, it's kind of rad because like for something like this, it could actually be kind of cool. Even though the noise sounds louder than the instrument itself.
It does, and that's especially because I'm putting it through a compressor now,
Oh yeah.
so the noise is exacerbated. But there's normally a knob for the noise that you can just turn off if you don't want that aspect of it. Oh, there it is, noise level.
Nice.
So before that, I'm going to take away this compressor actually. And I'm going to put this through like a channel strip, like a emulation of an old school channel strip.
Nice. What are you using?
I will use
Have you fucked around with Radiator for that purpose? Sound toys?
not a whole lot, to be quite honest with you. The one that I have in mind is one of the Waves Abbey Road plugins.
Mm.
There's an emulation of a channel strip from Abbey Road that I really like, that I use a lot. I'm trying to find it in this list of plugins that you can't see, but I'm scrolling through. There it is. There it is. It's called the REDD,
Okay.
the Red 51. So I kind of saturate it with this, and it just gives it this like distressed vibe of it being, you know, passed through a piece of gear and just sort of
Totally.
getting smushed and flattened out.
Right.
Turn the gain up a little bit.
You know, this particular EP could be a candidate for like extreme lo-fi post-production. Like definitely going to send it through tape, but I might hit the tape like extra hard. And then even after that, maybe put the whole, maybe in my mastering chain, put everything through some kind of like super dirty, like make it sound as 70s lo-fi like as possible. I think could be really cool.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
Just totally poop on it.
Yeah, poop on it.
And then I'm going to put a little bit of touch of
Dude, I
the
used
magic Verb room.
I employed your magic verb technique we talked about on the most recent Jerry mix,
Yeah.
and it's so good. I love like I guess I've always done that where I send a bunch of shit to a reverb room. You know, I've done that plenty of times before, but the way you do it and the way you described it was so much more effective than how I was doing it. The way I was doing it is I would just kind of leave my room reverb up 100%, right?
Yeah.
I would leave that fader up and the mix would be 100% wet. And I would throw that small like main room reverb sound on like say the drums or something like that. And I would just listen to the full mix and just blend the reverb in on the drums with the full mix. And I would do that with every track, right? But the way
every track going to that same room reverb?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But the way it's a really subtle difference that the way you were doing it to how I was doing it. And the way you did it is you would solo the reverb
Yep.
put the reverb on every track, and then just blend or then balance all the sends until it kind of
Exactly.
sounded like if you just walked into a big room while a band was playing, and
Yes.
then you blend that full reverb track in. That's what I did with this recent Jerry track, and I was
Most Jerry track.
it is the most Jerry track actually. Though.
Yes. Yeah.
But so happy with it. It like kind of unlocked using shorter reverb sounds like that for me in
Nice.
a really cool way.
Yeah, because like in practice, the two methods are almost exactly
Yeah,
the same thing.
Super similar.
That you're doing, but one, I guess, the main difference is just sort of like how you're thinking about it,
The balance is better.
and the balance is better, right? Because the was this on last week's stream?
It might have been, yeah.
When we were talking about I think it was.
I think so.
I think we were talking about this last week.
Yeah.
Basically, it's I was showing a way of making songs where all of the instruments were recorded in isolation, like how we're doing it right now.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no bleed between any instruments because they were all recorded separately. But creating the illusion, like the audio illusion that this was performed by a band together in the same room. And so right, the way that I do it is you're using a room reverb, but you just sort of think about it differently, because instead of making it be a room reverb that you have in your mix, that you're sending everything to, you're making a fake microphone track.
Yes.
And that's why you solo it and balance it like that, is because
You also get the benefit of you're balancing the reverb twice, right? So you're balancing the reverb on its own, and then you balance all of that with the full track. Whereas before, the way I was doing it, it was really backwards when you think about it, because I was balancing each reverb send with the full track, and so you never get a full sense of like how the reverb as a whole is like really reacting with the track. Whereas with this, once you balance all the reverb sends really well in isolation on just the reverb track, and then you blend that entire track in, it just sounds way more natural, way more convincingly like real too.
Yeah. And you end up using it the way that you would use a room microphone channel that you recorded, because it's not intended to be a reverb that you notice, that you hear, that you could ever pay attention to.
Right.
It's meant to be totally subliminal.
Right. It's just meant to sound like the band was all recorded together. You know?
Right. Yeah. It's supposed to sound like it's an aspect of the way that the instruments sound that you couldn't take away. Like the bleed is stuck in the mutual microphone sound of these recordings. But obviously it's not. So you're making a... Oh, no.
What?
Papa Jocko. Rest in peace. Drummy Zeb from Oswald. Passed away this week.
I saw that.
Man,
It's a huge bummer.
Dude.
He's so good too.
Oh my God, Drummy Zeb is like, that's one of the greatest reggae drummers ever.
62
ever,
man.
and singers.
62 is too young for anybody to go in 2022, man.
Damn, dog. Yeah. Rest in peace, Drummy Zeb.
Rest in peace.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Oswald. Legends.
Yep. Too many. How many times have we had to do this on the show? Pause. Rest in peace, somebody.
Yeah, man. Okay. So now I'm going to put a compressor on the end of that. So.
Oh, nice. Sidewalk Andy is dropping some fire titles in the chat here. A man named Ben, that's the protagonist of of Night of the Living Dead. Besiege of the Ghouls, that's really good. That's strong.
guitars aren't in here.
Yeah.
You like the intro?
Yeah.
So again, I'm imagining only playing it so busy because of the effect that it'll have when it pokes out just for
Yes,
a second and then goes
totally,
away.
totally.
Like, this is not something...
That's gonna play the whole time.
Exactly.
Right. No, I'm with you.
So what do you think? What do you think about that?
I like it. I agree. It does have to be busy. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if we're just gonna poke it out, you don't even necessarily have to do a bubble pattern the whole time. You can kind of be like as free form as you want, like
Yes. Okay.
which will kind of only add to the random interestingness of it when it pokes out, because it's never going to be like every time I use it, it's like a bubble thing that happens. It could be some weird fill. It could be some held out note. It could be a bubble. It could be just a regular skank like the guitar. Like you could literally go through 6 different patterns throughout the song if you wanted, or even do like a little solo thing at one point if you wanted. Like you could do kind of anything with it because of the way we're going to use it.
Yes, I could just noodle around the entire time.
Yeah, this is how you make great music, folks.
Just noodle around the entire time.
Yeah. Anybody in the chat, music producers, musicians, are you guys working on anything? Do you guys got anything to show us that you'd like us to hear anytime soon? Maybe we'll do a special listener segment. We probably won't, but maybe we will.
Listener segment.
I'm always curious though if like people watch the show and then they go make shit. I hope so. I hope you guys go make shit after you watch this stuff.
Jocko is normally leaving the show to go record and jam.
Right.
I got the perk in here now.
Nice. He might not need the perk at all, honestly. I've been listening to it without it, and it's very cool.
Without it.
It's kind of better with no perk. I think if it was just the scraper thing. I kind of like the
without
scraper.
the tambo.
Yeah, you don't need the tambo and you don't need the kabasa.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a good call, man.
Yeah.
If it's only that scraper,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then you can like really distress it and
Yep.
saturate it and
That's the
make it
idea.
extremely prominent,
Yeah.
and then it's just
Maybe I'll send you the perk with or maybe I'll send you just the scraper track so you can drop that in.
the scrape.
Scrape.
Okay, so this track is called Farf.
Farce.
Farfignugan.
Yep. Nate Bublitz, you have a show in San Francisco this weekend. A stoner rock band. Dude, I fucking love stoner rock. That's sick. What is your band called? And are you guys recording your first demo, or do you guys have anything out I could listen to? I really like stoner rock a lot. I'm like a new, I guess I'm kind of a stoner rock noob. Like I like Caius and Queens of the Stone Age, but they're the ones. Wait, is that your band name? Yeah, boy.
Or, yeah, boy, I am also into those.
Yes, yeah.
Jocko's has still not got over
The
studio fiasco. Lost my mojo.
Jocko, I hate to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Gotta get back on the horse, Jocko.
Horses, that's where you belong. On them.
Yep.
We
Yeah,
don't like
boys
to
are
hear
names.
No mojo for Jocko.
That is a great name, Nate Bublitz. I like it. Yeah, boy. That's rad. So
Yeah, boy.
stoner rock. I know like Mondo Generator. I know all the like Queens of the Stone Age family bands. I know all those bands really well.
Right.
But love that shit. It's great.
Melvins, is that stoner rock?
I kind of think it almost should be considered. Yeah. Even though they weren't
Family.
really part of that same scene, but.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
Nice. Okay, try a different pattern when you come back in. Nice. outro, so just keep doing this. So the only part I think you should do again is after the intro comes back around the first time. From there up until the next intro thing, I think there's just a couple times where it was a little sloppy, but the rest of it was really good.
Okay.
I dig it. It'll be perfect.
All right. I mean, I heard sloppiness throughout, but
That was the part I'm talking about is particularly sloppy.
Okay.
So I would do that part again for sure, unless you want to just do another take, which is fine.
no, I'll do what you said.
Yeah, I think the rest will be fine because it's not gonna be heard enough to.
Yeah.
You know,
Word.
we get one sloppy Joe in there. That's fine.
Sloppy Joe. Yeah, and like in the way that you balance them and mix them, like this one can be kind of behind the rest of the. This is
Yeah.
a texture. This isn't like a prominent feature.
Totally. Nate Bublitz, gotta go. Great take, fellas. Nate, really looking forward to checking out your band. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
So, yeah, man. Thanks for watching. As always, we'll see you next week.
I wonder if they're from Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Sheboygan. Nice. Nice. I am very happy with this so far. And
Okay.
Papa Jocko brings up a really good point. Do it sloppy, keeps it authentic. Imperfect is my perfection. It's a great point, man. Like the stuff we're deliberately trying to reference here is super sloppy. That's like what
Yeah.
makes it so cool.
True. True.
Even some of that
You
shit.
speak the true.
Yeah. Even some of the shit like I'm thinking of the stuff like we heard at the at Dino's that day. Like the shit they were spinning on vinyl that day.
Yeah.
Like even some of those tracks are like the guitars are like out of tune, but it's like satisfyingly out of tune. Like I don't even know how to describe it. Like
Yeah. It's a whole vibe.
it is a whole vibe, yeah. But it's true, yeah. Which is why I don't think we should hand wring too much over Brandon's if it is a little sloppy in places, because it doesn't really matter. We're not gonna. This is really different approach we're taking on this stuff as opposed to like the stuff we did last week, for example.
See.
So the next question is, what else do we do? Because we could literally just like be like, this is it. It doesn't really need much else. I could see it maybe having piano, and I do kind of think I want you to do bass on it. I think your bass playing would really add quite a lot.
Okay. All right. Let's just do piano while I have.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That's a nice piano sound.
Yeah. I love this piano. This is the instrument called Radical Piano, which is in Reason.
Nice.
And this is a custom preset that I made called Wiesel Upright Piano. If you have Radical Piano, if you want this piano sound, send us an email. I will give it to you. All right, fam.
Icemon says maybe Hammond. I could kind of hear that too. Brandon is more maybe on that, but I don't know if we'll need it after this piano.
Yeah.
But it would fit nice. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and the concept was that this day in the studio, the organ player played a farfisa instead of a Hammond.
Right.
But let's do piano first, and then we'll explore Hammond land.
I like.
Yeah, the higher end version is way better.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I just need to get. We both have dogs barking on either
Okay,
side.
I literally thought that was a different dog in my house because my dog's barking. I was like, what? Wait, hold on.
Why is there a Chihuahua?
I
in
have
my
a new
house?
dog.
No, that's
That was wild.
my neighbor's Chihuahua,
Okay.
Sophie, barking.
I was about to be like, oh, sorry. Hold on. Piano sounds excellent, though. I really like the addition of the piano. What's up, bud?
There, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Absolutely sick. That sounds so good. That piano really
Nice.
makes that track right there.
I love this piano.
Yeah. Papa Jocko's grooving pretty hard, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Skanking. Hell yeah.
Doing a dub on the 2 mix is almost frustratingly good sounding.
Yeah, it's like, what else do we need?
Yeah, what else
That does
does it
sound
need
pretty
to be?
good. Let's see here. Just kind of blend these things together a bit.
Yeah. This has a very authentically like 70s sound. Even like this part contrasting with the following part feels really authentic to me. I'm
Yeah.
really, really happy with this.
I mean, just for the enjoyment of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this fake room mic thing that we were talking
Yeah,
about.
absolutely. I think this will really benefit from that a lot, actually.
Yeah, this is exactly the kind of a song that you would want to do this on, even
Yeah.
though I do this on like every song.
Yeah. But this especially, like, this is like kind of, I feel like what we had in mind when we were talking about it last time, at least.
So I'm making a track. It has a room reverb. And I'm gonna, it's 100, the reverb is set to 100% wet, and I'm gonna send basically everything to it. So this is first the drums. So it's meant to just sound like,
What?
We're-
So you got Magic
yeah.
Verb, and what setting is it on?
Magic Verb. I'm using the main studio room.
That's my favorite one too.
Yeah.
Small
and then
dry room is
set to
pretty
100%.
good, but it's almost a little too small. Doesn't really sound
Yeah.
like a full band could fit in there. If it's just for
is-
drums, it's kind of good, but
Yeah, this is small dry room. Right, and
Yeah.
when you listen to it, that space sounds really small.
yeah.
Like, it doesn't sound like the size of a room where you could have an organ and a piano in there and a couple
Yeah.
guitar amps
Right.
and this room for singers and horn players. And you're imagining like a big studio room.
Right.
This one's called Reflective Room. It's not bad, but it sounds small-ish.
So yeah, it sounds small but just brighter.
Yeah. So main studio room. In comparison, that sounds kind of small too. But
It doesn't sound huge, but it sounds like a big enough room for a band to me.
yeah, and it sounds short because it sounds like it's like a treated room, like an actual
Yeah.
recording studio, rather than just like someone's living room or a garage or something.
Right.
So what we're trying to do right now is we're imagining if we had the whole band in the same room playing and we set up a couple microphones like somewhere in the middle of the room or like high up in the
Yeah.
room,
Yeah.
what would that sound like? So sending the drums there.
Keep going. I
Now we're
gotta
gonna
go.
send.
I gotta go put my dog away for a minute.
Oh, okay. It's time out for Elton. Does it say Iceman? Yes, my. Oh, wouldn't it be out of place on Spears' Garvey Ghost album? Sort of, no. Oh, this track wouldn't be out of place on Burning Spears' Garvey's Ghost album. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Iceman, my ears go that far back. I believe it, man. You guys know the classics. Okay, so now I'm blending the bass in. So I'm just adjusting how hot the bass goes to this reverb. So basically, I'm just like, you just imagine how loud would this bass player have his amp turned up
Yeah.
in comparison with the drums. And this, by the way, I'm doing this with a stereo mix of the drums.
Mm-hmm.
You can really do this really effectively and really realistically when you're doing this with the when you have the isolated microphones of the drums.
Yeah.
You know, because like the snare mic goes in way hotter than all the other ones, because that's always how it is. Like, you know, if you've ever been in a rehearsal room, in the same room as a band playing, like, you know, things like the snare drum is just the loudest thing in the room.
Yeah,
so
and
really...
even stuff like guitars might not really poke above everything.
Exactly.
They're usually pretty buried, actually.
Exactly. So
like,
now you send, like, if this band was playing live, yeah, I'm gonna bring that rhythm guitar
way down,
back, because it's gonna be way behind the drums.
Yep.
It would probably sound more like that.
Yep, totally. Absolutely. This is great. I'm glad we're getting a real demonstration of this technique, because it's really great.
Okay, so now I just put in the stick guitar. Now this one for sure
would be way back.
It would not be that loud in the room. You would only hear the little details like that poke out.
Yeah, and just like
it's just behind the drums, because the drums are just loud as fuck in this room.
Yeah, and just picture yourself, like, don't picture what the recording sounds like. Picture you're sitting in the band room while this band is performing this track. Exactly. That's the sound we're trying to emulate, to blend with our studio, you know, version of the song.
So things like organs, especially if they're being played through like Leslie speakers or like an amp or something, tend to be loud as fuck in the room.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give, but if I turn it up too loud in here, now it sounds too direct.
Right.
So I want to find the balance between the organ is realistically loud in the room, but it's still, you hear the space and the distance more than a direct organ sound. We don't want that.
That's the great irony of keyboards and keyboard players, is like at rehearsals they're loud as fuck, and then you go see them play at the show and it's like, oh really, I couldn't hear you playing.
Exactly. And on the records they're like,
yeah, you're gone, buddy.
Keyboards are buried.
You got you got to have your day in the sun during rehearsals every week, motherfucker.
Exactly. And then the piano is in there. So the thing about, so this is an upright acoustic piano, which, you know, has no help volume wise.
Right.
So I'm imagining that this dude would be just like playing the piano really hard, but he's going to be the quietest thing in the room.
Yep.
But you can still hear the ambience of it.
Yep.
The piano like filling in the gaps of the reverb.
Yep.
So that sounds pretty realistic to me. This sounds like we actually did put some microphones up.
Yes, it does.
When this band was playing.
I really want to ask Ian what room this reverb is modeled after, because it very easily could be like Capitol Studio B or something cool like that. Which is probably why it sounds so rad.
Yeah, the guy who Nate knows the guy who made this reverb, and he modeled it after Capitol Records, where they used to work.
Yep.
Okay, so what does Jocko say? Wow, Saint Anger 2, more snare. Yes, exactly. Yeah, when you have the isolated drums, you can get very Saint Anger and make your record sound as snare centric as you want. Yes. Okay, so now.
Very happy.
So now I pulled. I'm not soloing that reverb anymore. Pulled it all the way down. So now we listen to the dry tracks and blend that room microphone in to the mix.
Yep.
And just try to make this sound more realistic and vibey. So this is without it. It's not in there at all right now. Here it comes. the spring.
Yeah.
For the time
Yeah. Let's
being.
really just hear the room verb.
Okay. This is without it. Try. Okay, bring it in.
Oh yeah. So good. Oh my god.
I think it could be longer still.
Okay.
So it's very subtle.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
it adds so much depth, like to the drums, like, and the bass too.
Yeah, right. See, reverb is something that you don't normally put on bass,
Yeah.
but this, like, it's not giving the bass a tail. It just
Yeah.
makes it sound like
It's in a real
the
space.
bass is in a room. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because like this bass track in particular is recorded DI. It does have an amp simulator on it with a cab, but even that is not coming close to like what a real bass amp and cab really does for a recording. Whereas this kind of does. This kind of gives you that effect where it feels like, sound moving air.
Right. So I'm gonna turn up the length of this reverb tail a bit, just so that the room sounds bigger.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it
sounds
sounds
just
more
like-
natural.
unrealistically small for this many instruments.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean about that. This is subliminal.
Yeah.
Like, the human brain, your brain, like, decides if something is real or fake based on reverb,
Yeah.
basically. That's how you're able to, like, place where things are,
Yeah.
like find where a sound is coming from, and if a sound is like coming from a radio or a TV, or if there's actually somebody walking right there,
Right.
what is convincing to your brain is the realisticness of the reverb and the space that you're hearing it in. So literally, like, if you hear what must be a 7-piece band and the reverb sounds like it's a bathroom,
Yeah.
without
fake.
even really knowing why, you're going to know that that's
Yeah.
an artificial sound.
Or at best, it's like it's just going to be kind of annoying, and you won't know why.
Yeah. So the goal here is like that you don't even realize that this is there. It just feels real.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit longer.
The length actually makes it sound even darker too, which is kind of nice.
It does. I'm going to bring the drums down in this a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the drums are overpowering things a bit.
Yeah, you're right though. Even with just the stereo mix, now it's all snare.
Okay. So that was the room mic by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to blend it back in again. Dry. Blend.
Yep. I think the bass is a little too hot.
Yeah. Okay. Bringing the bass down.
Yeah, because the bass should still sound relatively direct. That sounds better.
And the other thing too
That's
is
so
now I'm turning down the direct sounds
Yeah.
of the guitar,
Right.
the farfisa, the piano,
Right.
because now that they're supplemented by the room sound, the dry doesn't have to be as hot.
So
and
up front.
and when you settle the dry sound back into the reverb, it helps this natural effect that
Right.
we're going for.
Yeah. God, how different does that intro fill sound now? It's like night and day different.
Right. This is dry, what it used to sound like. And this is with the room mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, now adding in the spring.
Nice. Yep. This is,
with those
this
two
is very
things,
sophisticated use of reverb right here.
And the spring reverb is what
Puts
makes
over
it
the
reggae.
top. Yeah, exactly.
It's flipping the jaw switch. You know, it's
Awesome.
the Kingston on, Kingston off button.
Sidewalk Andes are every show reminds us to encourage engagement because we never do it.
Oh yeah, that's
Remember,
a good idea.
he says, remember y'all, if you appreciate the live tunes and would like to contribute to the lads to help bang out more goodies, hit the donate button under chat or check out their Bandcamp pages and smash the like and subscribe.
Smash. Thank you, Andy.
Yes.
Sweet.
Sounds so
So-
good.
So just let's see what it sounds like if I just turn off the room mic. Wait, I'm gonna wait until it gets back into the groove. The room mic is still in. Okay, I'm gonna kill the room mic. See what happens. All of a sudden, it sounds like it was recorded on a laptop.
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna bring it back in.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
it's
band.
Just, yeah. It's so much better. Even the way you have it blended right now, like the Farfisa thing doesn't even bug me being in as often as it is, even though it's not really built for that. Yeah, excellent demonstration of this technique. It's definitely changed how I've looked at incorporating a short room like that in my mixes. So it's really great tip.
Word.
Yeah.
That's possibly 2 times in 2 weeks. I can't remember the last time that I showed that on the stream, but can't show it enough. That's like
Seriously.
that's a tip for the ages. And I didn't invent that, by
Right,
the way.
right.
Yeah. I learned that from somebody else who I don't know who.
Haven't we all? We've all just learned everything from everywhere and everyone.
Yeah.
It's just how it goes. Also, for anybody that was following, if you remember last week, I, during the show, got a notification that Saint Anger got demonetized and
Oh, yeah.
and all that shit.
Update.
Really good update to that. Right when the show ended, I submitted a dispute, and I kind of laid out point by point all the reasons why I thought the clip that they were calling us out on was actually fair use, because it was. And I submitted the dispute, and it says, beware if you abuse the dispute system, like we could take down your YouTube channel, and you could take down the video, they could take down like all this stuff. It was like really scary, but I was just like, you know what? I feel so confident that this is fine to use that, like, I don't care. I'll I'm going to risk it because it's worth it, because I think we're right. And within 15 minutes of submitting my response, they dropped the whole dispute, so the video's fine, which is awesome.
Good work, Nate.
Yep. So go over there and make sure you watch.
Dub clap.
Yep. Let's do it. But yeah, go over there. Make sure you watch Saint Anger playback. It's a great episode that was almost taken down, and we saved it.
Yes. The video is saved.
Yep.
Okay. So you want me to do do this bassage, eh?
Yeah, so I don't even think you need to do the intro exactly how I did it. You could kind of play around it if you wanted. Although there's another way of looking at it, which it is kind of cool the way it is. I do really like it. But I think you could probably stretch your wings a little bit.
Let's see what you played. This is
Yeah.
Nady. So you hear it with that room reverb?
Yeah. It's
Just
wild.
sounds like a dude
Sitting in a room playing bass.
sitting,
Yeah.
in the studio. Okay.
Yeah, and this one I really think like what basically what I did with it is just treat it really loose and like have fun with it, and like don't be afraid to like syncopate it or like not play certain notes sometimes, or to do like fills or whatever. This should really feel like super Roots Radixy, like Dangerous Dub or something like that. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but like it's really tight, but it's tight. It's hard. Let me try and explain it. It's like it's really loose playing by an excellent player, right? So it's like it's loose, but everything he's playing is like technically like excellent. You know what I mean? But he is still kind of like, it's like him on like his day off. Like he's still the shit, but he's like having fun. You know.
All right. Yeah.
He's not
I'm
in there.
familiar with that vibe.
Yeah, he's not trying to like go in and like assassinate fools. He's just like,
Yeah.
I mean, he is, but he's not trying anymore.
That's exactly how Fully Fullwood was in that session that I did at Capitol.
Yeah.
Like, it was just the most badass reggae player ever.
Yeah.
In a very casual, relaxed mode.
Yes.
And just like, okay, what are the chords? What? And then just following the chords, but like,
Yeah. Excellently.
nasty. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like trying to do some magnum opus of bass, but
Right.
just what he casually poops out was just had this whole style to it.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's try it.
Yeah. Nice. That's awesome.
What do you think of that direction? It's
Casually
much-
pooping.
it's much busier than what you played. but it is casually pooping.
It's casually pooping, yeah, which is good. I'm more curious about tone options.
Okay.
Your tone right now sounds super 70s, which I love, but I am kind of missing like the tone I had was like it was a little deeper, a little fuller, rounder sounding. I did
more
really like
fully.
that. Yes.
Okay. I could do.
Even just that, yeah.
Just different
nice.
finger position because I
Yeah.
was definitely playing
Back
fingering
there.
close to the bridge, like a nasal vibe.
Which,
You
yeah,
play a
I
more
don't.
round vibe.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. We
Okay.
can get. I mean, there are two different options, two different flavors.
Cool.
Let's go the round way.
Okay. Yeah, let's try it.
It might also be because I normally track wearing my Sennheiser things, and I'm just so lazy and casually pooping right now that I'm tracking using my iPhone headphones.
That's all right.
So
Casually
totally
pooping.
altering.
Casually pooping is going to be the next.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to role play as the bass player that shows up in the studio and is like, okay, and like, here, man, you want to use these headphones? Like, nah, it's cool. I brought these. Let's use these. And the guy's like,
I picked these
Really?
up at the gas station on the way over, so it's
like
fine.
seriously?
These will be good.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm good, man. Thanks. And I'm just
Also,
like, okay.
do you hear my dog like clearly in this recording? Him like shaking his collar at one point.
Oh wait, is that in the guitar?
I think
I thought
it
that
must
was
be.
actually.
It must be because I keep hearing it and I keep looking around, but like he's in his crate right now. So
Okay,
whatever.
So yes, I do hear Elton's collar shaking. I thought he was with you right now.
No, he's
Yeah.
away.
Sounds very realistic.
Yep.
Hey man, sometimes
might-
there's
I
dogs
might-
in the studio.
Yeah, totally. I might replace that. I might leave it alone. I may just leave it. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, and especially again with the plan for this dub is
Space and
all the
drums.
guitars and keyboards are gonna hardly be in the song at all,
Yeah.
unless things change, and that's not actually how this ends up going. But we'll see.
I think it will.
Okay.
There he is. nice. Excellent. I loved it. That was great.
Yeah.
What else do you need
Happy with that.
from a bass?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, the test was, did I just get lost and groove along? And the answer was yes. Excellent.
Good.
Yeah. What the fuck else do we need to do to this? This is like kind of done.
Yep, I agree. I think that's all this needs. From here, now it's just a nice dub performance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is what makes this song.
Yeah. Any more? I'm going back and forth in my head on like if like a melodica or something would be cool, which it would be, but I almost think any more than what we have would be kind of overkill, and it would kind of get away from how cool and minimal the really early 70s, late 60s kind of dubs were, which is really what I want to try to hit on with this, because I never do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like everything I do is there's so much going on all the time.
It has the feeling of like one of those just kind of like collections of like the
Like
Upsetters
Trojan
music.
or something, yeah.
Right, yeah. When you can like when there's like an instrumental song or a dub version or something that just has this vibe of, it sounds like the band came in to record 2 or 3 songs that day.
Yeah.
And this is like another 4th or 5th
Right.
jam that they just put together.
Yes.
And it was never, no singer ever sang on it. It was never released.
Right. Yeah.
But here, now it's out on a compilation 40 years later.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. You know what we really should do with some of this stuff? Like some of these would be just great like dub plates for literally like singers if they wanted a track to sing over. Like you could totally use that. You know.
You heard
like,
it here first, all you singers out there.
I'm always working on stuff for Kyle B over in Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's sending me another, like he's really smart about it. He'll make one track as like his rhythm track and basically his like dub plate. And then he sends the same track to like 5 or 6 different singers or 3 or something, you know what I mean? But and he just tells each singer like, here's the track, make a song out of it, sing, come up with lyrics, come up with melodies, sing whatever you want over this.
Yeah.
And he'll get like 3 completely unique, really amazing versions of the same song that are like all really different songs. And it's a really old school way to like make dub and reggae. Like that's like how they did it back then. That was like the whole point of like dub initially really was like, or at least that's like a big reason of like why it came about initially was like, they would just make these tracks and then just like send them out to singers, and then eventually like, you know, engineers would just start fucking around and then you get dub. But it's really cool. It makes me think we could probably do even more with this stuff if we wanted to.
I'm in for that.
Yeah. Oh boy. I love it. It's great. Yeah. I kind of see what you mean by bringing the stick back in with the skank, but it's a nice touch to have that all happen at once.
It's almost like there's just, because it makes it sound like it's like a 4-track recording.
Right, totally.
There's drums, bass, everybody else, and then the singer.
Yep.
And you just experience, almost like you just put everybody's, like all those dudes were in one room
Right.
with one microphone, and you just bring that fader up. Computer's skipping out.
All right. That's on the agenda for the rest of the week. I got to send you the computer.
Yeah.
Although I think you should finish playback, finish what you're doing, really finish everything you're doing currently before you migrate. I would.
Yeah.
And even just
I'm gonna wait for
have
big
your
load.
current computer, like, dude, the way I did it, I had, because I have 3 monitors and I had 2 computers at one point, so I just had 2 computers set up, hooked up to each other, and I didn't unplug my old one until my new one was like totally like good and like everything was like ready on it, you know what I mean? And then I took my old one out and fixed it and got rid of it and everything, but yeah. Wow.
Jocko says, "Love this back in my sound system days.
Ooh.
I just used to flip the 45 and play the version to toast on." Oh, man.
Exactly. That's how it went down initially. That's how they did it.
I wish you still did that, man. I wish I could
Yeah.
come to Edinburgh and see you
Yeah, that'd be fun.
toasting on some 45s, man.
I hope this is on a 45 for someone to toast on someday. That would be fucking sweet. Roll up, roll up. Smoking cheers, lads. What up? All right.
man.
All right, folks. Well, it's been a slightly shorter show than usual lately, but I think we're good. And I'm
Yeah,
hoping
I can yell on the tracks next time.
Yeah, that's not a huge rush for that anyway. But, well, actually, you might want to do that just in your own time if you can, because I want to get that EP out by the 3rd. Or no, the 7th. The 7th is when that one needs to come out. But the first video needs to come out on the 3rd. So if we don't do it, it's honestly fine if we don't do it on the stream. Maybe if we just get that as soon as possible. If it happens on the stream, that's great. But if not, just whenever.
Well, if you give me some phrases, I can do it right
Okay.
now.
You want to do it right now?
I mean, how long does it take to yell?
Yeah, it's true. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right now. Everybody ready for some bonus screaming content? Woo!
Bonus screaming content.
Okay, so the most obvious one
Yeah.
is
Put some reverb on.
when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That is the one you gotta get. Okay. And I'll find some other ones too.
Okay. You can hear the garbage truck in the back.
Nice.
What is it? When there's
no room left in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yep.
right?
Yep. That's. Oh, you kind of got the quote slightly off, but it's fine. When there,
What is it?
I don't know what you said, but it was slightly
Take
different.
two.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Fucking garbage truck. Can you hear the garbage truck?
I can't, but it's okay. There would be garbage trucks in the zombie apocalypse. Well, no, actually, probably that's the one thing there wouldn't be for sure.
Yeah, people picking up the trash.
Do you want me to send you these quotes?
When there's
'Cause
no room left in hell.
when there's no more room in hell.
When there's no more.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Yep.
Is that it?
That's it. Yeah, that was it. Okay.
Any notes?
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
We'll do another one.
Okay.
Let's do. Let me me see. I gotta find a good one.
Suggestions in the chat?
Yeah.
Or we're looking for actual quotes from the movie?
That's what I'm looking at now.
SK, new chatter, lurker, freaking beautiful. Thank you, SK.
Okay, this one, let's do. Let's start it really small and then build to a big crescendo with more laughing and all that. Okay, this one could be a little bit harder.
Okay.
Every dead body that is not exterminated becomes one of them. It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
Yeah, I definitely need that written down.
Okay, all right, I'm going to send it to you so you can just read these. That'll be easier.
Okay. He's put in the chat. You can read the chat.
That's true, okay. Yeah, do you really want me to just put it in the
sure,
chat?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I have the chat right in front of me.
Okay, cool.
Sidewalk Andy. A dude was asking me today if he could get the Blondie EP on vinyl.
Oh.
Nate.
No, you cannot, but that's great.
Is this too loud when I yell about it?
No, it's whatever.
Okay. I turn my mic down a bit.
Okay, there it is. Can you see it?
Yes. So low energy in the beginning?
Like, yeah, this is like a warning. Like we're warning someone, but as you're warning them, you're panicking because you're realizing what a fucking insane warning this is. Like the fact that you have to say this.
Every dead body that is not exterminated becomes one of them. It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
Yeah, perfect. No notes.
Okay.
I'm big on first takes. First takes.
My girlfriend is probably like, what the fuck is going on over there?
Yep.
No reaction from my cats at all.
Okay. All right. I gotta find a different list of quotes. We need at least 4.
Okay.
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, well, we were asking for suggestions in the chat, so I
Do we have any?
A dude was asking me today if he could get the Blondie EP on vinyl.
Yep.
It's hard to make that one sound scary.
Oh, here's some good ones. Okay. This one's a short one. They must be destroyed on sight.
Okay.
They must be destroyed on sight.
Amazing. All right, we got to finish strong here. What do we got left?
Tommy AU smiling like a banshee.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna audition a couple here. There's a lot here, but I don't want to read through all of them.
Look, I've got sticky stuff in my hair. Car crash scene, Wild at Heart.
Here's one. I've seen.
Wild at Heart.
Oh my god, it's so good. I fucking love that movie. Nicolas Cage is like obsessed with Elvis and death metal, and it's reflected in the soundtrack. It's so good. What?
I'm gonna blow up my voice if I read something that long.
Simply Barbara and Johnny drive to a service.
Wait, this is like stage direction.
Yeah, that one would have to.
Okay, here's
Barbara and Johnny
drive to a cemetery.
We should have you do one like we should have you do one like that though. Actually,
Boris Karloff one.
okay, here's one. I've seen a half a dozen guys in my unit get bitten by those things. None of them lasted more than 3 days. I'm kind of half on that one.
I don't know if the scary voice man would say that.
Yeah, I don't think he would.
Should I do the narration?
Well, that's from a different movie though.
Siblings Barbara and Johnny?
Yeah, that's from Night of the Living Dead. So that would work. We
Okay,
could use it, but we'll use it for the next one.
Oh, this is for Donovan. All right, yeah, I'll do that one later.
Oh, that's 2000.
Papa Jocko, my number one film, Wild at Heart. Even got the tattoo.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love that movie, man.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
Do I have any movie tattoos? I do. This one is from Pleasantville.
Nice.
Kind of a random movie to have a tattoo of. So we need one more? Or two more?
I think we need one more. We could even just get away with having those two, honestly. We don't have to have you open up every
They
song.
don't have to all. Yeah, not all the scientist ones open with that.
Yeah, I think actually, because we might do this again for the second EP, we should get some length out of it by not having you do it every single time. I think you're good. Those were great. I'm very happy with the 2 or 3 that we have. Okay. And I'll augment that with some actual samples from the movie. It'll be great. I'm very excited.
I wonder what this sounds like. I wonder what these sound like totally dry with no effects. Because I recorded them without the dub effects.
Okay.
I just had the reverb and the delay, the dub effects on there just to get in the mood.
Yeah, you got to, for sure.
So
Yeah,
Nate is going to have to add the effects on here.
He's gonna
This
have
is
to
what it sounds
trust.
like dry.
When there's no room left in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
So good. It's excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Let's see.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
Excellent. So that's one. And so
Yeah.
we got 2 in total,
Yeah.
right?
Every dead body that is not exterminated becomes one of them. It gets up and kills. The people it kills get up and kill.
You've got another voice acting profession waiting for you after this episode, I feel like.
You know, when I was a kid, that was so my 3 dream jobs when I was a kid. What was the first one? No, I can't remember what the first one was. But the second one was cat burglar. You know, like stealing paintings from the Louvre and shit.
That's a
And-
job. Yeah, it's a real job.
And some people do that.
Yeah.
And the third one was voice actor.
Wow.
I really wanted to do that when I was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well, wait, let's see.
A dude a dude was asking me today if he could get the Blondie EP on vinyl.
Yeah, we're not going to use that one, but that's great.
They must be destroyed on sight.
That's a good one.
That one I will still use, but I'll probably use it in the middle of a song. I'm not going to use it at the top.
Okay.
I'm going to throw that one in the middle.
So
somewhere.
I think those are all of them.
Excellent. Love it.
I'll try to, let me just isolate these. Do a little snippy snip. Well, I guess I can do that after we end the stream.
Yeah, let's end the show here. And wow, that was fun. I'm really glad we
Oh.
had you do that.
From Saw, do you want to play a game?
Do it.
Do you want to play a game?
That was pretty loud.
Something I loved from my childhood. Something that could never ever
Well.
possibly destroy us. Mr. Stapleton.
Everybody.
Nice thinking, Rick. We used to roast Stay Puft marshmallows by the fire.
Yes, folks. That familiar sound you hear of 6-year-old reggae I made a long time ago, that's the sound of the show ending.
All right, everybody. We did it. Good job.
Yeah, we love you guys.
We love you. Make sure to follow us on all the platforms that you don't already follow
Yep.
us. Make sure
Yep.
to
Get on Patreon
subscribe
if you haven't
and get
yet.
on Patreon. Yeah.
We're we haven't got a new patron in 4 months, I think. It's been a really long time. And Patreon's kind of the thing that like we're doing all this for. And so please, if you're not on Patreon yet, get on it. But we love you guys. You guys are the shit. We'll see you guys next week. Peace, y'all.
Yeah.
See you next week for more reggae.
Goodbye.